whole board. You probably don't want a hat on. Oh, you do want it?
I have a mop top, so I have to.
You, oh yeah, it's lighting and everything.
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah. This is rolling. That is rolling. Audio sync. Hey everybody, thanks for joining in. Introduce yourself.
James from Montactical.
James from Montactical, and you came in with Buell.
I did, yes,
yeah.
I did.
These guys have been riding around, freeloading on my truck all week.
All week.
Yeah, but no, but seriously, it was obviously great training with you. Did you enjoy the class?
Absolutely, yeah, and thanks for having me on your channel. And thanks for taking us around a week and training also. Yeah, it was great training with you, man. Great class.
You also do film and stuff like that?
Yeah. We have a YouTube channel also, so
yeah.
Link might be below.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in there. Right. I know I've been kind of slacking a little bit, but when I do this stuff, I'll make sure I put it in there. Is there anything? First off, have you taken force on force training before?
I've never taken force on force training before. No.
Okay, so this is your first force on force experience. What did you think?
It's very, very different perspective than any other training I've done. I advise people to do it heavily. I did have the opportunity to do some formal training before this, so when I went through my mechanisms of things, that was all fairly second nature, which was nice to see that all my training prior has kind of paid off. But there's so many elements that force on force kind of throws at you that you don't realize until you do it. So the stuff you've been training that you think, hey, I'm good at, you're probably going to be okay, and then all this other stuff humbles you that you don't even realize exists until you do it. And you can talk about it beforehand or see it even on this video probably, but doing it, you're like, wow, okay, I totally see what you mean. So
yeah,
shocking.
That is the best word to describe it. It is a shock to the system. We all walk around on the one-way range, every day, and we go to the range and we do our stuff and shoot our cardboard and our steel and stuff like that. When they start shooting back, right? And there's some pain involved there, some ego involved there. That adrenaline starts to go up a little bit. Mistakes start to get made. Yeah, and
there's two things that I think on that too. Like you said, shooting cardboard. Well, it's a stationary target, so in force on force, the target's moving, and you can be like, well, I got moving targets, but this moving target has tactics and a mindset behind that is going to be different with every person and every evolution. Like you could do the same drill 3 times with the same 3 people against you, and it'll turn out different every time. Their tactics will change, your tactics will change. So everything's just kind of on the fly, and it puts your mind at everything's got to be just synced, and it's really, you'll learn so much.
Well, the other thing I would point out is they say normally this class is like a 12, 15 student class, right?
Yep.
We had like over 30 or something like that, so this was roughly double the size, and the number of role players that they had, oh man, I mean, like, we're part of like the whole alumni communities, but like part of like a discussion group, and like, hey, I'm going to be there to role play, and then you start seeing the thing like me too and that, and you're like, holy crap, how big is this thing gonna be? Right? And it was huge, yeah. And the thing with those role players is they've done force on force before, and they've done formal training before, so they're fairly hardened. Hardened would be a good word. Yeah. So. That little Megan Barlow girl, she destroyed my world in the first 10 minutes. Yeah. Right.
I'm not wearing the shirt no more, but yeah. I've got the marks under the shirt to show. Yeah.
She's 14 or something like that, and just
absolutely
destroyed me.
Well, I think Matt, you mentioned that female, young. Okay, there's some things with those role players that all demographics are kind of covered, so depending on scenarios that are thrown at you, you get like situations that are believable. It's not guys that are the same age, and you're trying to imagine things. And the thing with good training is immersing yourself in the training and the scenario. If it's as believable as you can make it in your mind, you'll get the most value out of it. And one that stands out to me is the this diner scene that they paint, and I felt like I was really in a diner. I felt like I was really there with my wife, and the things that unfolded, I believed really happened for the moments that we were in the scenario. And my adrenaline, my tunnel vision, everything was full on, and I shook for a little while after the scenario. And then even last night, that was yesterday, and last night, laying in bed, I couldn't stop thinking about my wife and wondering if she was doing okay, or you know what I mean. I kept going back to that diner, and I'm like, holy crap, the role players were more incredible than you could ever imagine. So everything was just on point, you know, and it really, you know, takes your training to another level. Like I say, it's beyond just running the gun or running some stuff like that.
It's everything, all encompassing.
Absolutely.
You know? So yeah, that's 100% true. They did an excellent job here, and I mean, it's just a badass course. And obviously, you endorse it. I'm saying that this is the class to take.
I'll put my little YouTube channel on the line to say it's a great class.
No, it definitely is. Hey man, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
It was a great training with you. It really, really was. We'll see more of you and hopefully future videos and hopefully future training videos.
All right,
as well.
see you around. Thanks, guys.
Yep.